Hi, I'm going to talk through some of the features in the first version of Bizti, which is at milestone 1 at the moment. So at the moment we just have invoicing, but there's a lot planned. Like for the next milestone we will have time tracking and issue tracking. So first off, you need to create an account, and in order to do that you just click on login/register. You can enter in your own email address and password if you want, or you can choose to use your Facebook, your Twitter, or your Google account. So I'm going to use the Google account. Click on that, and there we are. It's all already created. So when you log in for the first time, you're asked to fill in your profile. So your currency, you can have dollars or pounds or whatever you want in there. I'm using euros as I'm in the EU. Your company name, KV Sites, company email address, company phone, and your address, Monaghan, Ireland. Payment details. The payment details are the details shown on the bottom of your invoices, which might include your PayPal details and your banking sort code. So I'll write that in. Let's say PayPal would be kvsites.ie, and bank. Give it a sort code and the bank account number. And the logo, you just select an image, and there we are. And this is optional if you're in a company that buys in items and you need to track the purchase order number as well, then tick that box. Okay, click save to save your details, and it's saved. Now we can start making invoices. So you click on Invoices, the Invoices tab, and then create invoice. You don't have any customers yet, so choose add new customer. Let's say that your company is landscape gardening, and your first customer is John Smith. Okay. Email address, phone, and address are optional, so you don't need to fill them in, but I'm going to put in some stuff anyway. Example.com, phone number and address. Okay. Create customer. John Smith is selected, today's date, and the invoice number. The invoice number, you can start at whatever you want. You could start at 97 if you want, or it doesn't really matter. If you want to appear big, you could start with a larger number. Quantity. Okay, so now we have the details of the customer. We start adding in the quantities of the products that you have sold this person. So let's say you did a service where you put up some fencing. You're after putting up 20 meters of wooden fencing. So no products exist. Click on add product. Wooden fencing. And we'll say that it costs €60 per meter. I have no idea how much those things cost. Add tax. There are no taxes yet, so we'll need to add a tax. Why can't I add a tax? That's annoying. Create product. Okay. Add a tax. Okay. I'll get that fixed. Don't worry about that. Okay, tax name. We'll just call it VAT. VAT. You could also have no VAT, or if in Ireland we have different VATs depending on what product type it is. For example, food has a certain VAT amount, and other things have different VAT amounts. So standard VAT percentage at the moment is 23. Unit price 60. Fine. Okay, let's say we also put in a water feature. One pool. We put in a pool, and the unit price, we'll say it costs €500 to put in, using VAT 23%. Okay, and we'll say that since there was so much to be done, we also did the grass, but we're not going to charge for that. So we'll just put in a note saying that we added. We also did the grass. Also cut the grass. No charge. And as simple as that, click save. We have our first invoice created. So customer John Smith, date, total, paid, owing. Why is it 209? Oh yes. The amount of fencing, wasn't it? So now, if we click to edit, you can change whatever you have in here. So let's say you had to buy a shovel in order to do this. Actually, you shouldn't do that because that's your own tools. Let's say you bought a hose to water the garden, and you left the hose there with the client. So a water hose. We're just going to add in something, a water hose, which we'll say costs the client €25. And save again. So we've just updated the invoice, and now you can print it or create a PDF of it. So I'll just show you what happens if you click on print. An invoice is created using a template. So I'll zoom into that so you can actually see what's being shown here. Let me zoom in further. Yeah. Okay, so we have the date up here and the invoice number, invoice 97, and the date again, and the biller in KV Sites. So that's your address, your details. It says your invoice summary, invoice number, and the details of what it is you're selling, the notes, and the calculation of VAT, etc., invoice amount, and there are your payment details. And you can print that off and send it in the post if you want, or you could create a PDF. If I click on that, so we'll open that up, and you can see it's pretty much exactly the same as the print version. It is actually the same because they're both created from the same information, and you could send that through an email if you want. Okay, so what do we know from this? We're owed 2,121 by John Smith. If we click on customers, you can see there's John Smith there, total due 2,091. That's pre-VAT. Alright, I'll add in the VAT there as well. Products, these are the products that you have there, the wooden fencing. Remember we had a little bug there with the VAT. I'll just click on that. We can change the default VAT. There we go. Default VAT is now 23%. And no payments have been made. So let's say John Smith has called up and paid you through credit card, and you now have the money. So, or let's say they paid 1,000 off it. So you just click on pay. They paid 1,000, and now they owe 1,121. Simple as that. This will track your information. Simple as that, really. So log out, and you're back to normal. So you could see, like within 5 minutes, you have an invoice tracking system that also tracks your customers and your products, and does all your sums for you. So there is a lot more coming. We have time tracking coming, we've got issue tracking, we've got reports coming, and you're always welcome as well to request any features that you think are necessary for your own company. Thank you.